Welcome to another episode of Your Time Matters. I am your host, Tammeron, joining you here each week with a cup of delicious, healthy tea. And the magic that is in my teacup this week is my regular magic for when we have a full moon energy happening in the sky. So this is a tea blend that I drink every single month around this window of time to enhance my emotional well-being. So remember to stay tuned till the end of this video as I share with you what I put in my teacup for this full moon energy that is happening. And of course, I've added a dash of raw honey, not only to enhance the flavor, but to give my immune system a great big boost. So I encourage you to try some in your teacup as well. Each week, I'm here to guide you and educate you about what is happening in the astrological sky and how it may be affecting all of us down here on the planet on a personal and an emotional level. As a certified astrologer, this week I'm here to share with you that we are experiencing another full moon energy, and that is when the sun and the moon are in exact opposite positions in the sky. And that means that the energy and the light of the sun is being reflected against the moon. Hence, the full moon. We see the moon in the sky. However, when this happens, I want to remind you there is nothing wrong with you if you are feeling a little bit more emotional or teary-eyed or sensitive during a full moon energy, because the moon represents water and our emotional being in a person, which means is that it's what we are feeling and how we express ourselves, and it comes from the heart. It doesn't come from the mind. And so when it's enhanced by the energy of the sun, that's why we're just a little bit more sensitive. However, as a spiritual alchemist, I want to remind you that this is the perfect opportunity to write down in some form of a guided journal or some free form journal where you can just write down what is coming up for you on an emotional level so that you can let go of what those feelings are. Because sometimes when they're bubbling us, it's just our subconscious telling us to pay attention because it's time to let that stuff go. And this is the power of using journaling as a method of self-care practice around this time each month. So I'm going to encourage you to spend some time in nature, even spend more time around water, balance the time between the sun and the moon, meaning the heat of the sun and the water from the moon that's represented in astrology, and balance that time out as much as possible. And you will feel much more balanced yourself on an emotional level. And as promised, as a certified health coach, I'm here to share with you that around the full moon, I usually, in fact, almost always, use lemongrass and rooibos tea blend together, because lemongrass has that cleansing emotional healing property to it. So it's easier for us to just let stuff go if it's coming up to the surface for us. And I even put that inside of my bath where I've added some Epsom salts and baking soda as well. So I'm going to encourage you to check out your local health food stores, your grocery stores, or even shop online for some teas that have the ingredient of lemongrass in it for that cleansing and healing property. And remember to add that little dash of raw honey into your teacup to enhance your immune system as well. So if you've enjoyed the information that I've shared with you here this week, I'm going to encourage you to come back again for another episode of Your Time Matters. Ladies, if you have been in a toxic, abusive relationship and you are truly ready to take the next step and heal from this trauma that has occurred in your life, I'm going to encourage you to click on the social media links that are associated with this video and even join my Inner Lights Academy, which is my free online Facebook group, where each week I'm teaching you and encouraging you to use more holistic remedies and pay attention to what's happening in the astrological sky so that you can stay more balanced and heal on an emotional level. There is one thing I'm going to encourage you not to do, and that is to use any form of addictive substances to help manage your emotional well-being, because I'm going to encourage you to feel what it is that you are genuinely feeling. And then I can recommend what natural remedies that you can use where your body will just naturally lift off some of the negative toxic emotions that you may be feeling, and that is okay, and how to stay balanced. So it'll help you feel a little bit different. I have all kinds of testimonials from past clients. You're going to start meeting people inside of my academy throughout the summer and into the new school year, when I'll be launching some of my master classes that are going to be pre-recorded for you during the summer months and available for you at a beta test low ticket price. And of course, this summer, there's always opportunities for you to work with me privately, one-on-one, and in small groups with a maximum of 5 women. And we'll be getting together regularly throughout each month. And I will look at your astrological birth chart. I will study it together with you. And I will obtain those clues from your astrological birth chart so that I can guide you as to which specific remedies that are aligned with your soul's journey. And that's why working with someone who is a certified health coach and a certified astrologer, I can offer you that guided information that you're not going to get from anybody else. That's what makes me the expert. So again, if you know someone, or it is you who you've struggled in the past by being in a toxic, abusive relationship, whether that was with a narcissist, a psychopath, or even a sociopath, and sometimes it's a combination. You know, we're so confused while we're in those relationships, but I guarantee you that there is a higher purpose and a reason why you are in these relationships, so that you can gain some spiritual wisdom while you're here on the planet in this lifetime. I absolutely guarantee it. And this is one of the things you're going to learn when you work with me, either in the small group program or privately. And again, for the upcoming pre-recorded classes that are going to be available in the fall, is that everyone here is meant to learn a spiritual lesson. So if your lesson is to learn this and you're stuck over here and you're going through those challenges in your relationships, I guarantee I can provide for you some of the remedies and the tools and the techniques that you can use to manage your emotional well-being so that you feel better, you see the story from an enlightened perspective, and you gain that wisdom and you go, wow, okay, now I understand. And then of course, you're going to have all these tools and techniques always available because they're aligned with your soul. And when you feel out of balance or something happens, you have the tools with you and you're going to be able to use them more effectively rather than trying to figure out all this stuff out. So many people are out there buying and selling stuff and going to parties or going to health food stores, and they have no clue what it is that they're buying. And then once they buy it, it sits on the shelf when they get home and they don't know how to use it. And that's why people feel so confused and overwhelmed. However, that is my background and my expertise and the courses that I've taken over many years. And I have a ton of testimonials I can share with you from some of my past clients. And of course, it's summertime here in Northern Ontario, where I spend my summers, and I have 2 Airbnb cabins available. Additionally, where you can stay here and work with me if you want to work privately one-on-one and spend some quiet time together. Now, of course, this is my high ticket item, but it is a beautiful place for you to connect with nature, heal, you know, enjoy that cleansing energy of spending time in the waters for the emotional cleansing, spend time in the sun and recharge. And if you are someone who really wants to write your story, if you're a writer, or if you are an entrepreneur and you feel like you need to do some marketing materials, of course, I can guide you as well. And you can spend that time in my retreat, almost like a summer writer's retreat. So again, if you're listening to this, or if you know anyone, you can contact me below with the email that's associated with this video, or connect with me on social media, whether that's on Facebook or even on Instagram. That is the best place to reach me. And again, my email is Tammeron@innerlightsacademy.com. So thank you for listening. If you're wanting to work with me, I look forward to meeting you soon and spending some incredible time together this summer. Cheers for now, and come back for next week's video, because there's some big stuff happening in the astrological sky in July, and I want you to be prepared for that awesomeness. Bye-bye.